And then the neighbor begins to look around and opens the food carefully. This happens to be the food he had bought for his neighbor and brings a substance from his pocket to put into this food. This substance is to drug his neighbor, which he's crushing on to enable her sleep and become subconscious so he can sleep with her while she's unaware. He covers the food carefully, saying to himself, she thinks she's stubborn, but today I must get her with this food. I must take advantage of her with this particular food I have gotten for her. And then he begins to put the food back in place, looks around to make sure no one is watching, and places the food back into the bag, and then also ties up the poison, keeps it and places the drink inside of the bag as well. And then it tells himself, mission accomplished. This is what happened. This is the story of a female neighbor who stayed in our apartment. One day she was watching TV and enjoying herself, enjoying her company. While she was watching TV, not too long she hears a knock on her door and she asks who is there. The person answers that it is your neighbor, and then she says, neighbor, please come in, because she likes the neighbor. The neighbor hugs her and then sits beside her and asks her, how are you? She said, I'm fine. And he also asked the neighbor, hope you are fine. She said, yes. He said, are you okay? The neighbor said, yes. The neighbor said, it's been a while I saw you, and hope everything is alright. She said, everything is fine. You are always watching TV and enjoying yourself. She said, well, I like watching TV and it's my favorite channel. And then he asks the neighbor, do you want anything? The neighbor says no. He said, do you no, what about water? He says, no, I'm totally fine. The neighbor begins to compliment her and says, you are shining and you are happy and you are enjoying life. And the neighbor asks, what about what I told you about my offer and proposal? She says, please, I know you are joking. The neighbor says, I'm very serious. I like you a lot and I want you to be my girlfriend. She says to herself, no, you know it's not possible. I don't like you and I've told you that you cannot date. I like you as a friend and not as a lover. She keeps telling him, I do not want to date you. But he keeps insisting and wanting to date his neighbor. While she's enjoying it, he places his hand on her lap and she removes his hand. And if she's surprised and she begins to feel uncomfortable sitting with the neighbor. The neighbor places his hand on her shoulder. She's also surprised the second time and takes his hand off her shoulder. The neighbor